Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we are uncrating our favorite vintage helmets. What's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we jump in and give you another one of our best of videos here, I'm going to ask that you subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. Come on, do us both a favor. It only takes a click, and that way you're up to date on the latest gear reviews. We're always working hard to educate you and bringing the first look on new products coming your way, as well as our best of videos like we have here today. Also, if you'd like to support us here at Speed Addicts, you could do so by simply shopping with us. We make it real easy. There's links in the description below to each one of the helmets we're going to talk about today. They'll take you right over to speedaddicts.com. While you're over there, feel free to shop for any other parts or accessories you might need for your next two-wheel adventure. Okay, so what we have on the table here are 5 of our most favoritist vintage helmets that are on the market today. We have 2 3/4 and 3 full face helmets. Now, our criteria for a good vintage helmet is something that has that aesthetic, that look, that cool factor. That's what you're after if you're shopping for one of these vintage helmets. But we are looking for a construction that is quality. A lot of vintage helmets are just a little shaky. They actually kind of feel like a helmet from the 60s, and that's not what we're after. Vintage is cool until the rubber meets the road and you might be testing a helmet out. At that point, you do want modern construction, and beyond that, you just want a comfortable fitting helmet. And like I said, they're not all created equal in the vintage segment. So with that, we're going to jump in and run down our 5 favorite vintage helmets. Not surprisingly, first helmet on our list today is going to be an ARAI, right? They are the gold standard when it comes to fit, finish, and quality. We have the Classic V. And to be honest with you, we sell a lot more of these than I thought they would when they launched this helmet. We sell a ton of these, and the rate of return is exceptionally low, which is a great qualifier for entry into one of our best of videos. I mean, that kind of says it all. We're selling a lot of them. Very few of them come back because of fitment issues, quality issues, or people just decide they don't like them. The paint quality on a Rye is always top notch. Now, it's going to come with a premium price tag for a vintage 3/4 helmet, $489. Ouch, I know it is expensive, but if you got the cash and you want the vintage look, there's really no other helmets to consider in this price point. There are some competitors in the premium helmet area that make a 3/4 vintage helmet, but they just fit weird, and they're not the business. 2 pounds, 10 ounces. You have ARAI's signature composite shell construction. You have ARAI's high quality materials in here, and while the helmet doesn't have exterior vents, they have cleverly designed this interior to flow some air through it, and the EPS is ported. So you're going to get some extraction coming out of the back of the helmet. You have a goggle strap. You have a nice leather accent trim, and you are ready for a 3-snap visor or a full-on bubble shield. The choice is yours. It's made to be eyeglasses friendly, and you are getting at least 3 shell sizes depending on if it's in the US or other countries, and EPS liners to go along with that. Sizes extra small through 2 extra large, and they do run true. You get that double D-ring closure, and that's it. It is the Rye Classic V, the classic look, but the absolute pinnacle of vintage 3/4 helmets. There it is. Next up, we have one of the top-selling vintage helmets of all time. We have Belle here. Now, this is the Belle Bullet. It's been around for quite a while, and of course, Belle is legendary. I think the company was founded around 59, right? So when it comes to vintage helmets, Belle really knows what they're doing. They have a composite version, and then they have the full carbon fiber jammy that you see before me here. The composites run about $439. You step up to the full carbon, which is extremely lightweight. It's going to run you $669. 3 pounds, 2 ounces for the composite. I think this is sub 3. This thing's almost floating off the table, and it is, after all, with the bubble shield kind of giving you that vintage Sputnik astronaut look. Intermediate oval shell size, DOT EC 22053 shell sizes, and extra small through 2 extra large. Again, I'm moving fast. We have full breakdown, 10-minute plus breakdowns of everything we're talking about today. We'll put those links in the description below too, in case you want to nerd out on all the different details. Now, I like this helmet a lot. I like how they finish off the interior with this vintage looking micro suede. It's in that brown color. It gives it the right aesthetic. I'm not a huge fan of the bubble visor. Some people love them. They're going to give you both that and a flat shield in the box. Now, the thing about this helmet is that while it looks great and the quality is there, the design is a little vintagey, and by that you have a true vintage kind of field goal kicker chin bar on this thing. This is not a helmet I'm going to want to get in a nasty crash with because of that. There's just not enough material here to really suit the, sliding around on the asphalt at any sort of speed. I just wouldn't trust it, right? But again, it looks good. We've sold a lot of these. People really like this helmet quite a bit. The other thing about some vintage helmets is you're just not going to get a lot of seal. So if your eyes are sensitive to air in your full face helmet moving around, the Belle Bullet is not the helmet for you because it's just not going to make a great seal. There's not weather stripping. Instead, they have our gasket here. They're just using the chrome strip, which again looks amazing, but at highway speeds, you're going to get some weather in there. You do have ventilation, so you do have a little port in the back, and the helmet does ventilate well because you also have an array of crown vents in the front. The visor options are unlimited. You will look super cool, but there will be a little bit of wind going around in the helmet, and again, testing that front chin bar would give me a bit of pause, but it is the Belle Bullet, one of the most popular vintage helmets that's ever been on the market. All right, before we jump into the next one, I want to remind you, Speed Addicts has no cost return, so you really should be shopping for your helmets and gear here at Speed Addicts. We're not going to nickel and dime you on that return shipping like those other guys. A couple clicks, you're going to get that free return label, exchange it, return it for a refund, whatever you need to do. Check out a new helmet at Speed Addicts, and rest assured, we're not going to ding you on that return shipping like those other guys. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, back to the next helmet in front of me. NEXX, in case you're not familiar, that's NEXX, is a Portuguese helmet company. Each one is handmade in Portugal. They're actually one of the last manufacturers still actually making their helmets in Europe and not outsourcing it all to Asia like virtually everyone else in the industry. So the quality is there. The paint work is beautiful. I don't know if it really comes through on the camera, but the NEXX paint is awesome. They use a great clear coat. They got candy in this one. A lot of innovative designs coming out of the NEXX garage department. So it's going to have the look. The thing that it has that Bell helmet didn't have is also a substantial chin bar. If you're going to take a frontal impact, I would much rather do it in this helmet than the Belle Bullet. A sinister vertical vent here with that mesh behind it. Very cool. I almost forgot to tell you the price. $409 to $499 for the composite construction. The carbon fiber version, which is also quite badass, is at $549. So a little bit less expensive than the Bell carbon fiber. 2 pounds, right around 3 pounds for the composite, and the carbon will be sub 3 pounds. DOT and EC 2205, that might change here soon. 2 shell sizes, fits pretty standard, but really what I like about it is that it does have that substantial chin bar while maintaining the awesome vintage look. Really sweet looking vintage interior here. All the quilted and stitching accents in the NEXX XG, there you go, XG100R. R stands for racer. Shield changes are pretty straightforward. You do require a tool, and they do have kind of a true weather stripping or gasket here, and so you get a better seal than a lot of other vintage helmets. No ventilation on the rear. They're just relying on that one forward vent here on the chin bar area. Substantial face shield in the flat. They don't have any sort of bubbles, but they do have smoke iridium options, so you can deck this out just how you want it. That does it. It's NEXX, it's from Portugal, and it's pretty sweet. Next up on our list, we have the Builtwell Gringo S. So Builtwell probably makes and sells more vintage helmets than most other helmet brands, but that is their focus. So their whole lineup is vintage. They make other bits and pieces and accessories for Harley Davidsons and V-twin motorcycles. The Gringo S is their Gringo helmet with a face shield on it. You can get the Gringo with just the 3 snaps, or you can get it like this. They also have the Bonanza, which is a 3/4. So they have a wide range of vintage helmets. We picked the Gringo S because it is their most popular. A lot of folks do want that face shield option. They're not going to run goggles or sunglasses. You can remove the face shield should you want to do so. It is held in place by a single snap here. Now, the other cool thing about Builtwell is they're a bit more affordable than the helmets we've covered thus far. Price tag on a Gringo S at the moment is $219 to $249. Injection molded ABS shell, 3 pounds 5 ounces. DOT EC 2205 at the moment. That could change to 2206 down the road. I suspect they'll make a running change. We'll see what's going on. 2 shell sizes, extra small through 2 extra large. No big surprises on the fit. Interior, quilts. They got perforations. It's cool looking. It's not quite as plush as some of those other helmets, but again, it's about half the price of the other two. You are having the same issue with the gasket. This helmet is not going to seal out a lot of air. It will keep the majority of the airflow out, but it's gonna leak around the top and the bottom because we don't have a real gasket on here. You do have a snap to secure that face shield. It is removable by a tool, and they do have all sorts of different color face shields for your occasion, your bike, whatever you're trying to match. Now, the one last thing I'll say about Builtwell is they do a great job with colors. They're always coming out with new colors, a lot of interesting solid colors, a lot of candies. We got champagne in the back. I don't know what they're calling this one, but they're always coming out with new ones. They're basically keeping their model lineup the same, but they really keep it fresh with new colorways. It is the Gringo S, available at Speed Addicts right now. Last but certainly not least, we have the brand new HJC V31. So this helmet just arrived here. We're in spring, summer of 2023, and this is one of HJC's newest helmets. It is a 3/4, but it does have the drop-down sunshade. And the sunshade does look great, as does the rest of the helmet. You get a lot of coverage with this interior sunshade. It is a composite shell, which is awesome considering that price tag is only $199 to $214. Usually composite will drive the price up a bit more. They also have carbon fiber for $329 to $334. So HJC always over delivering on the value, you know, dollar for dollar. They tend to do that, which is awesome. We like that. I like the little HJC badge. They didn't put any sort of ugly giant logo on the helmet. No ovals. This is not 1998, guys. No more ovals. Okay, I like the badge here. We have a 3-snap option here, so you can put a snap visor on this if you want to, but the sun visor out of the box is pretty attractive. It's going to be tinted. There's a clear also included. 2 pounds 10 ounces. It is nice and lightweight because it is composite. Let's take a look at the liner here. It is sexy. It's quilted. It's vintage. It's got the right look. We've already sold a lot of these, and the feedback and the one hang up with this helmet is going to be that it runs a bit small and or just a touch round. So we are recommending that you're gonna size up at least a half size. If you're between sizes on that sizing chart, go up. If you're not between sizes, still go up. Otherwise, you're gonna have some hot spots, okay? You just need to make more room. And we kind of saw that with the Shoei JO too, that kind of vintage, round, spherical shape to some of these helmets kind of will run that issue here in the States. So again, with the sizing, round up on that sizing chart, you'll see extra small through 2 extra large available in the all-new HJC V31. V is for vintage. There it is, 3/4 with the drop-down. Sweet lid, lots of great colorways. That does it for today. We hope this was helpful in finding your next vintage helmet. If you got questions, comments, rider support at Speed Addicts is always standing by to help you where you can talk to a human over the phone, emails, or live chats. If you got one of these, let the community know how you like it in the comment section below. Don't just take my word for stuff. Come on. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.